Everyone, welcome to episode 9 of Spirit Hub's virtual happy hour. I may have started a little bit early, but welcome everyone. We've got a super exciting show here. We have Angela from Wicked Dolphin in Cape Coral, Florida. Angela, you want to say hello?
Hello there. Hi, Paul, and all you Spirit Hub fans and Wicked Doll fans.
We've got, as you can tell, Angela's super excited. I'm super excited. I wore a floral shirt for Florida. Just to make this a little bit more intense. But before we get into talking about your awesome spirits and your awesome rums that you guys have there, I'd like to tell everybody about Spirit Hub again. Spirit Hub is an e-commerce platform in Illinois. We deliver craft spirits from independent distilleries, independently owned and operated across the United States. Within those distilleries, we carry about 200 of them, 200 different brands, as well as over 1,300 products from those brands. Ultimately, this is supposed to be a fun, do-it-at-home type of experience. We want to really introduce all of our customers, all of our fans, to the distilleries that are behind the scenes, and that are literally behind the scenes, like Angela, of the brands and what they're doing at their distilleries. Angela, I'm done with my spiel. You want to take it away with who you guys are and what you guys do?
Very good. Thank you so much, Paul, and thank you, Spirit Hub, for allowing us to be virtually happy houring with you today. Wicked Dolphin is from Cape Coral, Florida. We are the first legal craft rum distillery in the state of Florida. It's very exciting to know that to be the first of any kind. We are female owned and family operated, which is really a neat thing about Wicked Dolphin. Not only are we female and family run and owned and operated, we are the most awarded craft rum distillery in the state of Florida. We have won the last 4 years in a row USA Today's Best Craft Rum Distillery. So that's really great. From 2016 to 2019, USA Today has said Wicked Dolphin rum is the best rum in the United States. So we're super proud of that. Now we have 16 rums and a vodka that's currently available in our line. Recently, our Bottled and Bond, which is our 6-year aged rum, did very well at the American Distilling Institute, winning the gold medal. So we have a lot to be proud of in our very short amount of time that we've been distilling. We also offer free tours and free tastings. So if you guys find yourself in Florida at any point, please come and see us and you'll be treated really well, almost like family. You'll get to see the inner workings of how we do our spirits, what makes us so great, meaning everything we do is all natural, sourced within 100 miles of our distillery, fresh from Florida. That makes our spirits just wonderful. And not only do you support local, it's a better craft product for you.
Perfect. No, we love your product. I know our customers love our product as well. I know before we dive into, you have 3 spirits, 4 there. We're not going to talk about the 4th one, but you've got 3 to your left there. Before we get into that, I think the one question that I've had in my head and other people may have had is what makes Wicked Dolphin so wicked? What goes into the name? Any idea? Anything you can tell us?
That's a fantastic story. So our owner, Joanna Lardo, she came down and retired to Florida in 2008. And she was sitting on her patio drinking a really terrible cocktail. It was a coconut rum, as you can imagine. And as she was doing some looking and how she could keep herself busy, she found that 80% of the world sugar, or the nation's sugar, I should say, came from Florida. So she said, why don't we produce rum in Florida? So she and her nephew started in her backyard starting to produce the rum. And as they were thinking this is really good stuff, we need to do this on a larger scale. Well, she realized very quickly why she couldn't. There were still laws and prohibition in effect in the state of Florida. So she went around, she did some law changing, she worked really hard, and the distillery is born. So the only thing left that she needed to do was find the name. So as she was pondering, trying to come up with a name, she lives on the water in Cape Coral. Cape Coral has the most waterways in the entire United States. So we have hundreds of miles of canals and right on the Gulf. So it's a really cool place to base. We also have a lot of dolphins. Joanne's very involved in the rescue of dogs and animals in general. She's a very kind, caring soul, very community focused. However, she was laying in bed one night and it was very late, and her dog started barking at the sliding glass doors, and she, you know, nudged her husband Bob and said, "What's going on out there?" And he goes, "Oh, don't worry about it. Dogs are barking at nothing. It's just those darn wicked dolphins." And there, born the name Wicked Dolphin.
That's perfect. Well, thanks for going into that. Sorry, it's been bothering me for a little bit of time, even being here for so long. I still never asked you guys what went into it. But talking about the coconut rum,
a lot of people, you know, say, "Oh, are you from Boston?" Well, no, we're not from Boston, but it's still a wicked cool name.
That's cool. But yeah, talking about that coconut rum, I think you've got some spirits that you want to tell us about. So if you want to go in, I think the coconut rum might be your best start. So let's start there.
Well, yeah, I'm actually going to start with my crystal rum. Our crystal rum is the base of all of our spirits. So again, when it comes off the still, it comes off the still at a high proof, and we proof it down to 80 proof. So our crystal rum is high in alcohol content at 80 proof. And again, there's no sugar in this. So while most people think, oh, rum, it's very high in sugar, not our rum. Again, we take all the bad stuff out of it. When you go through this distilling process, we keep what's known as the heart of the spirit. So we get rid of the heads, and we get rid of the tails, and we keep the best part, the heart of the spirit. So that's what goes into every bottle, and we start off with our crystal rum. This is our basic mixing rum. It's great in a cocktail. Some of our other products are a little bit sweeter on the flavor palette, so we always add this in to kind of tone it down and beef up that cocktail, so it's a little bit, you know, a little more bang for your buck on that. Next is our coconut rum. Our coconut rum makes really, really great cocktails, and it's one that you can really feel good about. Now, again, Joanne and Dan, when they started doing this brand, it started from their coconut tree in their backyard. So they would take down the coconuts and sit and chop the coconuts and grind it down and put it into a macerated state, and then blend it down with the crystal rum, and came out with this beautiful, beautiful flavor. So once we got a little more popular, we had to do it on a little bit larger scale. So now we mix it with organic coconut water. So again, this is just crystal rum, organic coconut water, and 60 proof rum. So most of the other national brands are a little bit lower in alcohol, well, a lot lower in alcohol content. Ours is like 60 proof. So it does the job, and it tastes delicious. The smell on it is, I mean, you can tell it absolutely is coconut. It's not that suntanny, syrupy, artificial taste. Again, all of our ingredients are natural. Everything we do is fresh from Florida. So it's a rum you can feel good about drinking. Do we want to talk about the spice rum now, or we want to keep going with the coconut?
You can keep going about the coconut. What is there any other flavors that you have in there except for the coconut, or is it straight coconut and rum?
It's coconut and rum. That's good. What makes it special. That's what makes it great. We have really made a name with our coconut rum. People talk about just how delicious and how wonderful it is. And again, it's not that syrupy suntan lotion flavor. It tastes like you're drinking coconut water with a little bit of rum in it.
Perfect. And then I heard something about the calorie and the carb count in that coconut rum.
Did you?
Can you tell us about it?
You heard a deep, deep, deep secret. We haven't really talked much about this, but we did send our coconut off to get analyzed, because we wanted to know, and a lot of people asked, hey, what's your calorie count? What's your carb count in this? And we were pleased to come back and per serving size, which is 1.5 ounces, we are less than 100 calories and less than 5 carbs, which is unheard of in a rum. And again, remember, our crystal rum is no sugar in it. So when we go into the flavors, you know, when you do those additives, of course, the sugar content comes up a little bit, but far less than what those national brands are. We like to call it craft, not crap.
Perfect. Well, there we go. Thank you for answering it. Thanks for telling everybody your secret. I'm sure everyone's going to know now. But outside of that, yeah, now you can continue on onto the spice rum.
Our spice rum is really unique, and it's got some great flavors in it. Again, everything we use is fresh from Florida. So there is natural Florida orange peels. When we do the spice rum in the distillery, it's like heaven, because you see all the guys in the back, and they're all there with hand peelers, and they're hand peeling many, many, many of these little orange twists. They're doing that because they want the natural flavors with it. So this goes in with the distilling process. It goes in a mesh bag and does its work along with 8 different spices Don't ask me what those spices are because I'm not giving you that secret, Paul.
Thank you.
And Florida orange blossom honey. And the farmers that use the honey to pollinate these Florida oranges that we get that go into every single bottle that we put in. So we work really hard for this wonderfully flavored spice rum. As a matter of fact, this is my favorite. This is a constant staple on my bar, and it's just wonderful. And again, the carb count and the sugar count on this is very low because we use all natural, fresh from Florida ingredients.
Perfect. And for those of you that are watching us, most of Wicked Dolphin's product is carried on spirithub.com. You can get all three of those. You just can't get the bottle to her right. That's an exclusive for the distillery. But outside of that, I don't have any questions about the spice rum, so stay tuned. If you do have any questions for us, feel free to ask us on our Facebook Live. We'd be happy to get those in and ask either myself or Angela a question. But I think we're going to make some really cool cocktails in just a second. So for those of you that are just joining us, welcome to episode 9 of Spirit Hub's Virtual Happy Hour. We're here with Angela from Wicked Dolphin in Cape Coral, Florida. She's talked about how awesome her spirits are. Now she's really going to go into making some really cool cocktails. Angela, you're not a bartender, are you?
I've not been known to bartend. I have been known to receive quite a few cocktails. So this is going to be my bartending debut live on camera.
And I think that makes everybody comfortable. I don't think anybody at home is a bartender either. So Angela's going to show us how to make 2 really quick, easy, simple cocktails that you can make at home. You can modify them a little bit from what she's got, but she can go ahead and it's all you, Angela.
Very good. And again, like I said, I'm not a bartender. However, I do know how to make things with great spirits. So we've come up with some recipes. Our owner came up with the Wicked Punch. This is our signature cocktail. This can be made as a single glass or in a party pack punch. We make them in 3-gallon batches when we have our parties, and we usually have to make 3, 4, or 5 of these big 3-gallon batches. That's how much people love them. It's known all across the world. Again, it's our Wicked Punch. It uses our crystal rum and our coconut rum in it, pineapple juice and cranberry juice. So we'll start by making the cocktail. We want just a little bit of ice in our glass. And then it's really simple, 1 part and 1 part. So 1 part crystal rum, 1 part coconut rum, and then 3 parts of cranberry juice, and 1 part of pineapple juice. We do use some name brand products with that. It just kind of tastes a little bit better. So if you get the Ocean Spray cranberry juice cocktail, that's always going to make your punch good. Always remember to smile when you shake. That makes everybody around you have a really good time. There we go. And pour into the glass. Look how frothy and beautiful that is. And we love to garnish it with a beautiful little lime wedge in our nice little Florida glass.
That's very easy. It's also very enticing for me when we can finally have parties to make those in a very large, in larger gallons, I guess you could call it. But that was really simple, really easy. You did it. I'm sure I can too. But thank you so much for showing that. I'm sure you could probably drink that all right now if you wanted to. But outside of that, what else do you have for us?
Okay, and then we have the Wicked Dolphin take on the old fashioned. My fiance really loves an old fashioned, so I'm gonna have to learn how to make this after tonight. I think he's gonna make me the official old fashioned one. So we use our spice rum, and again, there's Florida oranges, Florida orange peels, and orange blossom honey in this. So this is gonna be a little bit of a sweeter cocktail. Again, we're gonna start with a glass full of ice. And then 2 ounces of the spice rum. Like these neat little pour things on there. It's making it pour a little bit slower. Bartender's trick, right? 2 ounces of spiced rum in there. And then we made our own simple syrup. We make it with Florida sugar. It's a brown sugar. That's why my simple syrup looks a little bit darker. This is brown sugar, gives it a little more heaviness to it and not that sweet kind of fake looking flavor. If you want to add some Florida orange honey into this, I would do a drop or 2 in that. But this actually makes a really, really nice and well-rounded cocktail. So we'll go ahead and throw this in 3/4 of the way. And then just 2 dashes of the bitters. Any bitters will really do. And then just a nice little stir. And the beautiful orange twist for a garnish. And that's your wicked spiced cocktail.
Well, you handled that like a pro. That wasn't so hard, was it? Looks like your fiance is going to be very excited after that. So keep that on the side for him. So thank you for showing us those. I don't have a lot. I do have a couple questions that did come in to the Facebook Live. So whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
We had Emily ask, what is your favorite flavor of rum that you guys make?
Well, again, we carry 16 rums in a vodka, so it's really hard to pick which one is. I mentioned earlier that the spiced rum is my favorite. That's a constant staple on my bar. But again, I was never a coconut rum drinker ever in my life. It was always too much sweet for me. But this is also now a staple in our bar. What's really interesting about our flavors is they all work really well together. So you can put our coconut rum and our pineapple rum together, and that's going to give you a pina colada flavor. So there's a lot of great flavors that Wicked Dolphin does. You're just going to have to come out to our distillery or look on Spirit Hub's website and find your favorite flavor. There's tons of recipes on our website if you go to wickeddolphin.com, and I think Spirit Hub has a couple of recipes on theirs. Depending on what spirit you click on, you'll drop down and they have also some recipes for you.
Yep, and we've got plenty of those on our website, so check us out. Also, the recipes that Angela made for us should be in the Facebook Live feed, so check it out there, and they're also on our website. Like I said, if you want to go there, there's definitely plenty of options for you to check out. Angela, thank you. I do have another question.
Sure.
Comes from Michael. He asks, I remember you saying you had a 6-year aged rum. Can you please talk about the types of barrels you use and what flavors they impart?
Absolutely. So again, this is our 6-year barrel aged, and we are, when we bottled it, we were 6 years old. So it's really great. They are in once used American oak barrels. The flavor it's really hard to describe. It's a very smoky flavor. It's beautifully over just one piece of ice. I mean, it's just a really great sipping rum. Other than that, you're gonna have to try it for yourself. We've heard several different answers of how this rum comes across your palate, and it's just how you drink it. But again, it just won gold medal at the American Distilling Institute. We've had this out for about a year now, and we've already won 4 awards. It's been awarded at every competition that it's been in. So you can be assured it's a really great sipping rum.
That's awesome. Well, it's not available on our website, but I'll have my people call your people. Hopefully we can get something worked out.
This is something available only in the distillery right now. We may get it in distribution. We might have to talk to the upper hand to see if we can get it out there to you. But it really is a great bottled and bond rum. And if people are familiar with bottled and bond, that means it's manufactured in one distillery under one distiller under strict government regulation. So it had to pass through a whole bunch of different steps in order to get that bottled and bond label. This is mostly reserved for whiskeys and bourbons that you'll see that bottled and bond. So we are only one of 2 of bottled and bond rums in the entire United States over the span of since alcohol was incepted and bottled and bond was a thing. So we're really pleased with that. We're doing a lot of really good things at Wicked Dolphin. So
perfect. Well, thank you for going further into that. Ultimately, I have one question left, and that is really what's the future for you and Wicked Dolphin?
Well, we're hoping to go national. Spirit Hub's done a great job with introducing us into the Chicago market. Now, we do have a lot of fans that come down from the Midwest, so there was a lot of demand for Wicked Dolphin to be in Chicago. But right now, we're mainly based in Florida. We're looking to expand and get out there, but Florida is our home. Florida is everything we love, and we really want to stay true to it. But Spirit Hub, if you want to get out there in the Chicago area, that's how you can find us.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Angela. That's super exciting. That kind of wraps up everything I've had to go through, unless you got something else for us, which I don't believe you do. But I'd like to thank you, Angela, for, first of all, joining us, taking time out of your day to talk about your awesome products, talk about, Wicked Dolphin, and how we can really better understand who you are, being kind of farther away from everybody else, all of our customers. But thank you all of the viewers that joined us as well. If anyone is interested in buying these bottles, they're available on spirithub.com. Again, this is for Illinois customers only at this time. But on top of that, if you'd like these bottles so much, now until Sunday, that's May 19th, you can use promotional code HAPPY9, that's HAPPY 9, that's the number 9, for 10% off and free shipping. It doesn't hurt. These are great starter bottles, not even starter bottles. They're great bottles to have all the time on your bar cart, or even just at your home bar. I know Angela loves them so much. I still haven't had a chance to try them, but I'm sure I will too. But thank you so much for joining us. Angela, anything to say?
That'll do it. We'll do a cheers to that, Paul. Thank you so much for the opportunity to join Spirit Hub tonight with our virtual happy hour. And I hope all the fans out there have a great cocktail tonight and make it wicked.
Perfect. Thanks, everybody. I hope you guys stay safe and well. Go out there and get some alcohol.
Cheers.